Today on Ballistic Barbecue, I'm going to be cooking up birria tacos on the Sunterra Pro Series Argentine grill. Let's get going. So here's the setup today. I have the right side here with the V grates on, as you can see. Then on the left side, I have the Sunterra Pro's griddle accessory in place. I'll be finishing off the cook on that side. So right now there's no charcoal or anything burning underneath there. I am burning lump charcoal. There will be a time in this cook with the Dutch oven where we're going to be cooking about 3 hours. So I will be using the bracero to keep those coals a-flowing. Let's start the cook. In the Dutch oven, I'm going to add some beef tallow. Then I have here 2 pounds of chuck that I diced, and this has all been seasoned with kosher salt. Then right here I have 1 pound of bone-in short rib and a couple nice sized soup bones for good measure. Again, they were salted. We're just going to give these a nice sear on all sides of the meat here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this to the back of the grill. And in its place, I'm going to put just a big pot, kind of a stock pot. This is 1 onion that I've quartered, 2 Roma tomatoes that I've sliced, 3 arbol chilies that I've seeded. Well, one of these still has the seeds in them. 8 guajillo chilies. These are all dried chilies, and I've left the seeds in one of these chilies. And I have here 6 ancho chilies that I've seeded. Again, one of these peppers does have all the seeds in it, though. These are all dried chilies. 6 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of black peppercorns. These are whole. Then right here I have 1 teaspoon of Mexican oregano, 1 teaspoon coriander seed, 1 teaspoon of whole cumin seeds, 1/2 of a Mexican cinnamon stick, 1/4 teaspoon of ground clove, and 3 bay leaves, 3 dried bay leaves. Now I'm just going to cover everything with water. I'm just going to put in enough water to cover all the chilies and the vegetables. That's good. So be multitasking here with the meat. And as far as all those dried chilies, the onions, the tomatoes and everything, once that comes up to a simmering temperature, we're going to let it roll for about 15 minutes. Okay, the peppers and the onions and everything are ready, and the meat is sufficiently browned. So first things first, I'm removing all of the meat from the Dutch oven here. And now I'm going to remove all of those dried chilies that are now not dry, all of the onion and tomato, and all of those solid little pieces of spices. All of the spices are going into this bowl here, everything. Everything except for the water. Now, all of this good stuff is going into my blender here. Along with all this, I'm adding 1 cup of unsalted beef broth, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. We're going to salt to taste, but in the past it's always been a tablespoon of salt for me, so I'm just going with a tablespoon. So 1 tablespoon kosher salt. All right, now back to the Dutch oven. Get that meat back in there. I'm going to take that sauce we just made, pour it in. Now to this blender, I'm adding 2 cups of that unsalted beef broth. Lid back on, and I'm going to just give this a good shake. Get as much of that goodness as we can. Then we'll pour that in. Get that lid on the Dutch oven. Some burning lump on top of the Dutch oven here. So at this point now, it's all about fire management. I've got a nice bit of lump charcoal down below. I've got lump charcoal on the lid of my Dutch oven. I've got 2 logs that are starting to pop. They're getting ready to ignite, so they'll be feeding the lump embers throughout the cook. I just need to make sure that it's constantly burning underneath there. And if I hear this really starting to roar, I'll lift the lid and check it. I don't want it to be a crazy, like super hot boiling liquid. If this was in the oven, we'd be running at about 300 degrees. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So, you know, again, with this type of cooker, we raise and lower the grates and also push and pull the burning charcoal underneath in order to control the heat. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is what I love though. Smoke's coming in at me. It's going to be good. Then again, when we're done, we'll fire up the griddle side, get that charcoal burning underneath there, and make some killer tacos. See you in about 3 hours. All right, 3 hours into it. I should be removing all this charcoal before I lift. And I don't know where my actual lid lifter is for my Dutch oven, so I'm going to carefully pull this off. And you can see it's just nice kind of slow bubbles. All that grease, all that fat is surfaced. Good stuff. And it's definitely pullable. So what I'm going to do now is pull the meat out of the Dutch oven here. I'm going to shred it up, get it ready for the tacos, get the griddle side ready. What I'm going to do basically is push the lump that I have burning here onto the other side, get a nice bunch of heat under that griddle so we can fry up some tacos. Let's do it. Okay, here's how this cook plays out now. So here's our consommé still in the Dutch oven, and all that beautiful beef fat has surfaced, mixed with all those spices and herbs and everything. So we're going to dip the tortillas in the fat, then they're going to hit the flat top. Okay, now this is Oaxaca cheese. I'll put in some of that gorgeous meat, so tender. Now, because everybody loves cilantro, a little cilantro with some white onions, finely minced. If you don't like cilantro, let me know in the comments below, because I thought everybody loves cilantro. Looky there. All right, I'm going to meet you up top. We're going to try these things out. They look amazing. And here we are, birria tacos. So here's the consommé. And again, like I said, everybody loves cilantro, so I put a little cilantro and onion on the top there. Cheers. First off, that meat, tender as all be. And there's spice and heat, but it's a nice heat. I mean, it's not a painful heat. It's just like warming the entirety of the inside of my mouth. You know, it's not like I need to grab a glass of milk or anything. It's just a nice, comfortable warmth. that Oaxaca cheese. I love cheese, and that's one of my favorite cheeses. Forgot my lime on there. Would have actually added a nice element. I love lime on tacos. So the review, yeah, tacos were delicious. I love these tacos. Consommé, killer. It was a very fun cook, a very active cook. I mean, had things going on both sides of the grill, which was fun. The Dutch oven worked really well on that Argentine grill. And like I said, it was 3 hours and it was feeding me, the bracero was feeding me the embers I needed to keep it alive, and it did. So actually, it's still burning down there. I love that grill. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that sub button, ringing the bell, and thumbing it up if you liked the video. I hope you did. Yeah, keep those suggestions coming in, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.